Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Bloodline series of knives. So stay tuned because we're going to dive right in. This is a pretty cool knife. Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Bloodline of knives. This is a limited series edition of knives that they're making. This one is in the orange handle one. But before we dive into this knife, I just want to tell you guys that I have a new feature on the channel. There's a join button down there below. And if you guys want to help support the channel, you can click on that join button and you can join and become a member of the channel, and you can help support the channel. There's 3 different tiers. You can check it out. I'm posting stuff there that I don't post on here, so if you're interested in that and you want to help support the channel, I would appreciate it, and you guys can click that button. So now let's get into this knife. All right, so a while back, one of my subscribers asked me if I would do some Holtzman knives, and so this is the first one of 2 that I've got that I'm going to do. And this is the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Bloodline series of knives, and they come in this kind of cool package. All right, this knife comes with the blade in it. It comes with a fire starter and a fire striker, and it also has a Kitech sheath with a Tech Lock clip on it that you can turn. Either you can turn it to where it's up like this, or you can do scout carry, whichever you prefer. So it's a pretty all-in-one cool knife to check out and stuff. And I actually really like this knife. It really feels good in the handle. Let's take it out of the sheath real quick, and we'll talk about the sheath in a little bit, and just show you guys the knife. So it's a really nice looking knife. It's very well made. It's solid. I mean, the construction and build of this knife is really, really nice. The feel in the hand is really, really good as well. And it's just very comfortable to use. And that I do like about it. I like the shape. I like the size. I think, let me pull up my specs here on it for you guys. Give you guys the specs real quick. And let's get that out of the way. So it's a 1095 high carbon steel blade. I believe it's about a 4-inch blade. If I remember correctly, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong down there, but it's about a 4-inch blade. It's orange with the Kydex sheath, full tang, and that's about all they have on their thing on it. But it's a nice full tang blade. A 1095 steel. It's black coated. The coating seems to be on there pretty good. And it's just a really good feeling knife. Now, it does not have a 90-degree spine, which is kind of a disappointment to me. If you guys know anything about me, I like knives with a 90-degree spine because there's a lot of things you do with it, between using a fire steel or scraping logs, smoothing things out. 90-degree spine comes in handy, and this does not have it. I did test it out with a fire steel like this right here, and it just doesn't throw any sparks. You know, you can see where I've kind of rubbed on it there, trying to get it to throw some sparks, and it doesn't really do anything. So doesn't have the fire steel thing on it, but does have the fire steel and fire striker matching color on the sheath that comes with it, which is really cool. So you have that as a kit into it. So I guess that's why they decided not to put a 90-degree spine on it. I just wish that any knife that is made that's considered to be bushcraft or survival in any way, shape, or form, I think they should have 90-degree spines. And personally, I think every knife should have a 90-degree spine on it. That's my personal opinion, my personal preference. So I look for knives that have it. But because one of my subscribers asked me if I would do a review on some of these knives, excuse me, I decided I would pick this up. This knife runs for $99.99, so it's about $100 on Amazon. I will put a link down below for you guys as well. But as far as the fit and finish of this knife, it is a beautiful knife, and it's very well done. And I'm very impressed with the Holtzman blade. It is super nice. Very impressive, just feels really good in the hand. It's a cool carry. Like I said, you can scout carry. This is actually set up for scout carry right now. The one thing I will say though about that is that I'm a left-handed guy, so this works scout carry really good for a left-handed guy because it goes this way, and on my back it would be here, and you can go like this. But I'm not a big fan of scout carry, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't tuck my shirts in, and I like to wear hoodies a lot and stuff, and so the scout carry kind of gets in the way. Not when you're really pulling it out, but when you're trying to put it back in. I've poked more holes in my shirts and my hoodies over the years playing around with scout carry. I'm trying to put the knife back in or cut my finger on top of it as well. By doing that. Now the other thing about this sheath, it did come with a leather strap that comes around it, which I forgot to bring out here. That was mounted on here. But the problem with the leather strap is that when the knife is in there, the leather strap came around down here, and when you undo the leather strap and it pops out and you pull it, the knife will slice that leather strap, and I literally sliced it in half like the first, like second or third time I was using it. So I took the leather strap off of there. It's a nice addition, but it doesn't last long. If you're going to use your knife and take it in and out as much as I do, I slice that thing, and it came around here, and it strapped really good, and it was an extra thing. But this thing is in there. I mean, it's held in there so good with the sheath that it's not going anywhere. And I'll tell you about that in a minute as well. The sheath was, we'll just get into that now. The sheath was so tight that I actually had to take a file and go in here and file a little bit because it was so hard to pull it in and out that, I mean, even with the thumb wrap, I was struggling to get the knife in and out. So I had to file a little bit, but it's definitely locked in there. I mean, you can really sling this thing around and it's not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. It is locked in there. I mean, they definitely have them form fit, and it was in there. But you can take a little file in there and just file it a little bit on the edges where it clicks, and just file it down a little bit, and you can get it to your tension liking. I have it to where it's my tension liking, and now by using the thumb wrap, I can pull it out really easy, which is nice. Now, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the scout carry. And then if you turn this up, if you turn the clip up to have it standing up, I don't like how it sits up so high on your hip. So I'm gonna have to make probably a leather carry for it and put it down here so I can carry it. And as a left-handed guy, it's gonna be tricky because the other thing that's kind of a drawback with this is that this is designed to be on the right side. So if you're a right-handed guy and it's on your right side, it's great. But if you're a left-handed guy, it's not very ambidextrous. So it's crazy because the down carry way is really great for right-handed guys. The scout carry way is really great for left-handed guys. If you want to scout carry this as a right-handed guy, you have to take this off if you're going to want it to go the opposite direction like this. And the problem is this doesn't reverse around to the other side to mount. So you kind of lose the carry piece of your Fire Striker. Now the nice thing about the Fire Striker is that it's locked in there really good as well. I mean, it's tight in there. It's not coming out. It clicks in there if you guys listen. It has a nice solid click. Same thing with this. I actually tied a string around mine so it holds it all together. So when I take them both off, they are together and I won't lose them. So this is locked into there. That is locked into there as well. So that clicks in there really good. But if that would pop out, I put it, see, it's in there good. Gotta pull on it. If that pops out, it's gonna hang on there, and it doesn't. And that is something I added myself. That doesn't come like that. But you can also pop that out. You can pop this off, and then you got your fire steel as well. And you can see where I kind of connected them both together so I can use them. The fire steel, I haven't even used it yet, but it's a pretty decent steel. Let's give it a little strike and see what it does. It rained here, so I don't have to worry about too much. But it gives you some pretty good flames right there, right off the fire steel. So that works really good, which is really nice. That's a nice striker. And then you just slide it back in there. Click it into place. And you're ready to rock and roll. Now that's a really cool feature. I do like the fact that that all mounts together. That's a nice one-piece setup. So one of the things I really like about this knife is that they do that. And it's cool. It's just not very ambidextrous. Like I said, it's designed for a right-handed guy if you're carrying it up and down this way, and designed for a left-handed guy if you're going scout carry here. It's kind of weird. It would be nice if this could be switched back and forth for that, and then you could switch it around a little more. I guess for some of you, you may not care, and you may just take that off, and then it works fine for you. You'll figure something else to do with that. But I do like being able to clip that in there. So my goal is to be able to take a piece of leather, make a different carry strap that I can put in here, take the tech lock off, and then make it an up and down carry. Because like I said, I'm not a big fan of the scout carry. Scout carry is cool, and it looks cool, and it's in your back and everything. It looks great in the movies. But for practicality purposes, I don't find it to be very practical. And that's just over time of using the scout carry and seeing that it doesn't really work very well for me. It may work for you, but it doesn't work well for me, so it's up to you. But anyway, this is a really cool setup, no matter how you want to look at it. It's very well done. And I think there was a lot of thought process that went into this, so I think that, like, as far as that setup goes, I mean, that's a really cool thing. It's an all-in-one thing. You've got everything there. It holds everything in place really good. This is made very, very well. I'm very impressed with it, you know, so it's super cool. And I'm impressed with the knife. The knife is super impressive, so it's a cool setup. Now, let's see how sharp it is. I haven't done anything with this knife. Let's do a couple little wood tasks with it, because that's basically what I'm going to do with it. I am not going to be bashing this through any logs. I don't do batoning. Any of you guys that watch my channel know I don't do batoning, because I think batoning is stupid. And I have an axe for that. So, but we're going to do a couple little wood tasks here. Let's find a piece of wood here. Let's do a couple like feather stick type things for you guys and see how that works out. And I can tell you right now, that's cutting very nicely for a feather stick. You can see that as well. Comfortable in the hand. Let's just go all the way around with this, see what we can do here. But yeah, I mean, it's very nice. I mean, that's very nice. Very nice. Not hard to do the feather sticks at all. Dropping a little shavings off there. And I'm not the expert feather sticker either. But there you guys go. You can see that it does those just fine. So you can easily do some feather sticks. Now let's go ahead and see if we can maybe shave that off. And let's make a point. So does it do a spear point pretty good? It looks like it does. Feels pretty comfortable in the hand. And there you go. Nice little spike spear point. So that worked out really good as well. Now can we do some like fine little shaving things? Well, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can do really fine shavings with it. Let's see if I can throw some fine little shavings in. Let's start over. Fresh pile. Let's see if we can do little slices. Little slices. And yes, it's going to do little slices just fine. Find that edge. Find that edge, and you can easily do little slices with this all day long. Most of them are falling on the ground underneath me, so let's scoop those up so you guys can see those. Put those on the blade for you. And there you guys go. It can do some fine little stuff as well. So that's what you want in a knife. You want it to be nice and sharp. I haven't sharpened this. This is sharp. This is how sharp it was out of the box. Now let's see if we can do a notch on here. We'll put a notch in here on this piece of wood. Let's rock that back and forth a little bit. See if we can get a good notch in there. Let's see what we can do. Yep, we're going to be able to do a notch just fine. And there you guys go. There's a nice little V-notch for setting the trap. That worked out pretty good, so there you guys go. So it does the wood task that I would do with it, as far as like making spike spears, having to carve a notch, making some feather sticks for fires, things like that. So this knife actually handles those tasks really well. Now it's got a nice solid thick spine on it, so for those of you guys that want to bash it through a log, I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's videos out there of guys doing it. I just don't recommend that, and it's because I know people that actually make knives and are blacksmiths, and they will all tell you that causes stress cracks in your blade, and you may not see it, and the blade may hold up for years, but you are putting stress on the blade, and there could be cracks going on inside the blade, and eventually that blade's going to fail. So, and I just don't abuse my knives. It's a tool, and I use it as a tool. But there you guys go. It does a really good job. I mean, this thing is very, I mean, that's very impressive that I can just, I'm not even hardly putting any pressure on that, and it's just slicing it off. Let's try a little bit drier piece. This is a drier piece. That's kind of a greener piece. Some stuff I just cost, but let's see what we can do there. Yeah, see, it'll just, this is a really dry piece of wood, and it's just shaving that stuff right off. I mean, just really easy to make that tinder that you need. I mean, see how easy it did that? I mean, so really good knife. So I would definitely say it's a good outdoors knife, good all-around knife. Probably be really good for food prep too, because it's got that higher grind on it. I don't know if that's, I can't ever remember the names of the grinds and stuff. That it's just got a higher grind on it. You guys can look at it and tell me what it is. I mean, I'm no expert when it comes to knives. I just like knives. I like using them. I use them as tools. But as far as this knife feels, it feels really good in hand. That nice rounded, if you look at it, that nice rounded belly right there, and it actually rounds out this way. It's really comfortable. And those scales are like G10 scales on it, I do believe is what they are on it. They're either Micarta. I think they're G10. I think they're G10 handle scales. But you guys can correct me on that too. I can't remember the handle scales are on it. But it's just a really nice knife. I mean, it's very well made. It's just like an SE. I think it's SE3 or SE4. They're very similar. I think that's kind of what they were copying off of it. But this is actually cheaper, and it comes with an. I think that as far as that goes, if I was comparing this to the SE3 or 4, it comes with a nicer sheath, a nicer setup because you get all this stuff with it, which I think is cool. The Holtzman Gorilla is a really nice knife, and it's also got these little grooves here. So if you want to do a pinch grip, if you guys look right there, you can see those little grooves right there, and you can get a pinch grip for doing stuff right there if you want to do a pinch grip on stuff, which is really nice, and that's comfortable when you're doing stuff. If you're doing different things, like maybe if you were doing a pull cut, you can set your hand in there like that, and your thumb can go right there, and you can get that pull cut going, which works really good. You know, to do those pull cuts, you can have your thumb right there, so that works really good as well. So it's just a very comfortable overall knife, and I like it. I really do like it. And like I said, the one thing I don't like about it, no 90-degree spine. It's got some jimping right here as well, which is actually really nice to put your thumb on. Gives you a little bit of grip there, and it's not sharp. It's not super sharp jimping, so it's actually comfortable. So the knife is very comfortable in the hand. So I think it's a very functional blade, and I think that anybody that likes those SEs and stuff like that will like this knife. I think it's a really good all-around outdoors, just everyday carry kind of knife for somebody. It's not too big. Let's compare it size-wise, lengthwise to my Joker Trampero. Yeah, the Trampero is about 4 inches as well, so it's about the same length as a Trampero is. And any of you guys that watch this channel know that the Trampero is probably my favorite knife. I carry it all the time. That's my go-to blade. But I like different knives, and this is a good one to throw in a pack, or this is a good one for an everyday carry. And it just feels good in the hand. It's really comfortable, so it's pretty impressive. So yeah, would I recommend it? I would. I think that Holtzman has done a really good job with this. The whole setup is really nice. The fact that they add the fire steel, the striker, and everything, and give you all this setup for matching to do stuff with, I think is really cool. And then, you know, throwing in the Tech Lock clip as well, which is really nice for those of you guys that like this setup. I think it's a great setup, and I don't think you could really go wrong for $100. You know, I don't think you can really go wrong with this knife. So really cool blade. So that's all I got for you guys. I mean, if you guys are interested in this kind of outdoor, kind of tactical survival kind of knife, definitely look it up. I will put links down below, like I said, for this knife. This is a limited edition ones that they're doing, and they have like they have an orange and green and yellow, I believe, are the 3 colors that they're doing with it. I really like the orange and black, and just a really nice knife. Let me show it to you guys one more time. Just a really nice blade. Just a good all-around everyday blade that you don't mind doing stuff with. You know, you're not going to worry about it. I think it can take a lot of abuse, and I think they just done a really good job. So thanks for the recommendation to the subscriber that asked me to do this, because I'm glad I pulled the trigger on this. And the other Holtzman that I got is actually super nice too, and I look forward to reviewing that for you guys too, because it's a good little knife as well, and it's a nice little setup as well. One thing I'll say is they really thought this out pretty well to try to give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to a blade, and it really is. It was a good knife. And just to show you like the tension, check this out. That thing's in there, but it pops off really good. So yeah, definitely check out this Holtzman Gorilla. This is the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Bloodline. It's a really great blade, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You guys know what to do. You know all the things to hit and the buttons to hit and the things to do to help support the channel, and I appreciate all you guys watching, and we will see you guys on the next video.